The black Mercedes stops beside her so suddenly that rainwater splashes onto the curb. Zara freezes, her 4-year-old son pressed against her side beneath the broken umbrella. She knows that car, knows the man inside before the window rolls down, and she sees those dark eyes, the ones that have haunted her for 5 years. "Get in," Kang Jae-won says. Not a request. Never a request with him. Her son Daniel shivers against her wet coat, tiny fingers clutching the crust of bread she bought with her last $2. Zara meets Jae-won's gaze through the rain and sees the exact moment he notices the boy, sees his entire face go absolutely still. Now Zara. She should run. Should have run 5 years ago. Instead, she opens the door. 5 years earlier, the hotel bar in Atlanta is the kind of expensive where the silence itself costs money. Zara doesn't belong here. She knows it from the bartender's skeptical glance, from the way the businessman 2 seats down assumes she's an escort. She's waiting for her friend Monica, who's late, as always, nursing a $7 water and trying to look invisible. Then he sits down beside her. Korean. Younger than the other men here, maybe 30. Wearing a suit that probably costs more than her car. He orders whiskey in perfect English and doesn't look at her. Until, "You're uncomfortable." Zara startles. "Excuse me. Everyone here makes you uncomfortable. You keep checking your phone, waiting for rescue." He finally turns, and his face is so beautiful it almost hurts. Sharp cheekbones, full lips, eyes like black glass. "Wanna leave? I don't know you." Jae-won. "Now you do." The smallest smile touches his mouth. "And you're Zara. Your friend Monica just texted that she can't make it. Stuck in traffic." Zara's phone buzzes. Monica's text says exactly that. "How did you?" "I'm observant." He stands, offers his hand. "One drink. Somewhere quieter. No expectations." Every instinct says this man is dangerous. But there's something magnetic about him, something lonely beneath the expensive polish that calls to the loneliness in her. She takes his hand. They end up at a jazz club in the city's art district. Real and unpretentious, full of music and low light. Jae-won loosens his tie, orders them both bourbon, and asks about her life like he's genuinely curious. Zara finds herself talking about her mother who died 2 years ago, about putting herself through nursing school while working 3 jobs, about how Atlanta feels both like home and a cage. "And you?" she asks. "What brings you here?" "Business. The kind I don't discuss." His expression goes carefully blank. "I'm in Seoul most of the year. Import-export. That's code for something. Very much something." He meets her eyes. "Does that scare you?" "It should." But Zara's tired of being scared, of being careful, of doing everything right and still barely surviving. "No," she lies. They talk for hours. When he kisses her outside her apartment, it feels inevitable. When she invites him up, it feels like fate. He's gentle and intense, his hands reverent on her skin, whispering things in Korean she doesn't understand but feels in her bones. Afterward, he holds her like she's precious, fingers tracing patterns on her shoulder. "I leave tomorrow," he says quietly. "I know. I want your number. Your address. Everything." "Why?" "You're going back to Seoul. I'm staying here. This was just, nothing about you is just anything." He tilts her chin up. "Give me a way to find you. Please." So she does. Writes her number on hotel stationery. Adds her email. He kisses her once more, deep and promising. "I'll come back." In the morning, he's gone. The hotel stationery is gone. Like he was never there except for the ache in her chest. 3 weeks later, Zara discovers she's pregnant. She tries his number, disconnected. The email bounces back. She even hires a private investigator who finds nothing except a fake name traced to a Seoul business address that doesn't exist. Jae-won vanished like smoke. So Zara makes a choice. She'll have this baby. Raise him alone. She's done hard things before. Daniel arrives perfect and healthy, with his father's dark eyes and his mother's stubborn chin. Zara works herself to exhaustion. Nursing shifts, weekend clinic work, anything to afford daycare and diapers, and the tiny apartment that's theirs. She never tells anyone about Daniel's father. What would she say? That she fell for a beautiful stranger who disappeared? That she still dreams about him? For years pass. Life is hard but full. Daniel is smart and sweet, asking endless questions, drawing pictures of dragons and spaceships. Then Zara's hospital cuts staff. She loses her job. Unemployment runs out. Savings evaporate. She applies everywhere, but Atlanta's nursing market is oversaturated. The eviction notice comes on Daniel's 4th birthday. Now the Mercedes interior smells like leather and expensive cologne, exactly how Zara remembers. Daniel sits between them, staring at Jae-won with wide eyes. Jae-won stares back, his expression unreadable. How old? His voice is rough. 4. When's his birthday? March 15th. Jae-won closes his eyes briefly. Calculating. You never told me. You disappeared. Fake number. Fake email. What was I supposed to do? I'm sorry. The contact information. I had reasons. His jaw tightens. We'll discuss it later. Right now, you're both soaking wet. Where are you staying? Nowhere. We were evicted yesterday. Something dangerous flashes across his face. Show me. Zara directs the driver to the shelter where she left their few belongings. The building is condemned now, chain-link fence blocking the entrance. Someone stole their bags. Everything. Gone. Jae-won makes a phone call in rapid Korean. Then, you're coming home with me. I don't need charity. That's my son. His voice cracks slightly. Mine. Do you understand? You don't get to refuse when he's cold and hungry. Daniel tugs Zara's sleeve. Mama, I'm tired. She looks at her baby's exhausted face and surrenders. The penthouse is sole luxury transplanted to Atlanta's skyline. Zara carries Daniel through rooms full of minimalist furniture and original art, following Jae-won to a guest suite bigger than anywhere she's ever lived. There's a bathroom with a tub, soft robes, toiletries still in packages. Get warm. I'll order food. Jae-won hasn't stopped looking at Daniel. What does he like? Chicken nuggets. Fruit. Anything, honestly. We haven't eaten since yesterday morning. His expression goes absolutely murderous. Yesterday, I had $3. I bought bread. Jae-won steps closer, his hand hovering near her face before falling. Never again. Do you understand? Never again. He leaves before she can respond. Zara runs a bath for Daniel, washing days of stress from his small body. He's quiet, overwhelmed by the sudden change. She wraps him in a robe 3 sizes too big and emerges to find the living room transformed into a feast. Korean fried chicken, pizza, fruit platters, juice boxes. Jae-won sits stiffly on the couch, watching Daniel devour chicken like he's memorizing every detail. Slow down, baby, Zara murmurs. But it's so good, Mama. I know. It's not going anywhere. After Daniel eats himself into a food coma, Zara carries him back to the bedroom. He falls asleep instantly, curled around a stuffed tiger that wasn't there before. She returns to find Jae-won standing at the window, shoulders rigid. Explain, he says without turning. Everything. Why you didn't find me. I tried. Your number was disconnected. Your email fake. The address you gave me didn't exist. Anger rises in her chest. You think I wanted to raise him alone? Working myself to death? I would have loved to find you. The information I gave you is real. But my enemies. He turns, and his face is raw with pain. I run a very dangerous organization. After Atlanta, someone tried to kill me. I had to disappear, change everything. New numbers, new protocols. I assumed you'd forget me. Forget you? I had your son. I didn't know. His control cracks. Do you think if I'd known, anything would have kept me away? Do you have any idea what you mean to me? Zara's breath catches. We spent one night together. One night that changed everything. I came back to Atlanta 6 months later. Your apartment was empty. Your number disconnected. I thought his voice drops. I thought you'd moved on. Wanted nothing to do with me. I lost the apartment. Had to move for a cheaper place. They stare at each other across 5 years of misunderstanding. His name? Jae-won asks quietly. Daniel. Daniel Kong Williams. Something breaks in his expression. You gave him my name. He deserved to know who his father was. Even if I couldn't find you. Jae-won crosses to her in 3 strides, frames her face with shaking hands. I searched for you. Hired investigators. But you're not on social media. You moved, changed jobs. You disappeared as thoroughly as I did. We were ships in the night. No, we were inevitable. He rests his forehead against hers. And now I found you. Both of you. I'm not letting go again. Jae-won, this is crazy. You don't know us. Daniel doesn't know you. Then let me learn. Let me be his father. His thumbs brush her cheeks. Let me take care of you both. Please. I've missed 4 years. Don't make me miss another day. Zara should be practical. Should think about Daniel's adjustment, about moving too fast. But she's so tired of being strong alone. Okay, she whispers. But slowly. He needs time. Whatever he needs. Whatever you both need. He kisses her then, soft and reverent, tasting like second chances. The next morning, Zara wakes to voices in the kitchen. She finds Jae-won crouched at Daniel's level, holding a plastic dinosaur. And this one's a T-Rex, Daniel explains seriously. He eats meat. Very fearsome. Jae-won agrees, equally serious. Daniel considers him. Are you my daddy? Jae-won's expression cracks open. Yes, if that's okay with you. Mama said my daddy was far away, but he'd come if he could. Your mama was right. I'm here now, and I'm never leaving again. Daniel nods, accepting this with 4-year-old logic. Okay, want to see my drawing? More than anything. Zara watches them, her heart in her throat. Over the following weeks, Jae-won proves he meant every word. He rearranges his entire life around Daniel's schedule. Afternoon park visits, bedtime stories in accented English, endless patience with toddler questions. He hires the best pediatrician, enrolls Daniel in an exclusive preschool, fills closets with clothes and toys. But it's the small things that undo Zara. How he learns Daniel's favorite songs. The way he listens to rambling 4-year-old stories like they're important business. The night she finds him asleep in the rocking chair, Daniel sprawled on his chest. You're good at this, she tells him one evening after Daniel's asleep. I'm learning. He's patient with me. Jae-won pulls her onto the balcony. But we need to talk. About what happens next. Her stomach tightens. Here it comes. The conditions. Just one. Marry me. Zara's breath stops. What? Marry me. Make this permanent. I want Daniel to have my name legally. Want you to have everything I can give. He takes her hand. I know it's fast. I know I have no right to ask. But I've loved you since Atlanta. Finding you again. Finding him. It's a miracle I don't deserve. You don't love me. You loved one night 5 years ago. I loved the woman who raised my son alone. Who kept fighting when everything fell apart. Who still gave him my name even when she had every reason to hate me. His voice roughens. I love you, Zara. Completely. Marry me. Zara says yes on a Thursday, in the kitchen, while Jae-won makes Daniel's breakfast. He drops the spatula and kisses her breathless, lifting her off her feet. Daniel cheers from his booster seat, even though he doesn't fully understand. They marry quietly at City Hall 2 weeks later, with Jae-won's younger brother Taemin flying in from Seoul as witness. Daniel wears a tiny suit and takes his ring-bearer duties very seriously. You're stuck with us now, Zara tells Jae-won afterward. Finally, he kisses her temple. Stuck is exactly where I want to be. But integration isn't seamless. Daniel has nightmares about being hungry again. Zara struggles to accept help after years of forced independence. And Jae-won's business, legitimate on paper but with dangerous roots, casts long shadows. The real test comes when Jae-won's uncle arrives from Seoul. Uncle Kang is old-school traditional, his distaste for Zara obvious from his first cold greeting. The dinner he demands is excruciating, pointed questions about her background, her education, her suitability. Jae-won's jaw tightens with every barb. Finally, enough. I'm simply saying the boy should be raised properly. In Seoul, with family who understands. Daniel is with family. His mother and father. Jae-won's voice could freeze blood. My wife is the strongest person I know. She raised my son when I couldn't. She gave him everything that mattered. Love, safety, values. You will respect her or you'll leave. The uncle's face reddens. You'd choose some American woman over your family legacy? I'd choose my wife and son over anything. Every time. Without hesitation. Jae-won stands. Daniel is my heir. Zara is his mother and my partner. Anyone who can't accept that isn't welcome in our lives. The uncle storms out. Taemin grins into his wine. Later, Zara finds Jae-won on the balcony, tension radiating from his shoulders. You didn't have to do that, she says softly. Yes, I did. He disrespected you. Disrespected our son. He turns to her. I meant what I said. You and Daniel are my priority. Everything else is negotiable. Your uncle controls half your business interests. Then I'll rebuild. I've done it before. He pulls her close. You don't understand yet. Before I found you in the rain, I was successful but empty. Now I have a son who draws me pictures. A wife who challenges me. Actual joy. I'm not trading that for anything. Zara kisses him, fierce and grateful. The confrontation has consequences. Jae-won's uncle attempts a hostile takeover of the Seoul operations. For 3 months, Jae-won fights a brutal corporate war while maintaining normalcy for Daniel. Still making breakfast, still reading bedtime stories, refusing to let business consume him. Zara watches him juggle everything and falls more deeply in love. This man who could be ruthless but chooses gentleness with their son. Who built an empire but values family dinners more than profit margins. I want to help, she tells him finally. I'm not fragile. Tell me how. So he does. She becomes his sounding board, his strategic partner. Her outsider perspective catches things he misses. Her nursing background helps her read people, spot lies. Together, they outmaneuver his uncle, restructuring the business to cut out toxic elements while strengthening legitimate operations. Taemin takes over Seoul management. Jae-won builds a new power base in Atlanta, focused on clean business with his family at the center. 2 years after their marriage, they host a dinner celebrating the new company structure. Daniel, now 6, serves as official greeter, shaking hands with corporate executives with solemn dignity. He's confident and bright, secure in his parents' love. Look at him, Jae-won murmurs to Zara. He's perfect. He gets it from his father. He gets it from you. Your strength. Your kindness. He laces their fingers together. Do you ever regret it? Saying yes to me? Never. Do you regret searching for us? Finding you in the rain was the best moment of my life. He kisses her hand. Well, second. Best. What's first? Daniel calling me daddy for the first time. You saying yes. Our wedding. This moment right now. He smiles. I can't choose. They're all first. At the dinner's end, Taemin corners Zara in the kitchen. You saved him, you know, he says quietly. My brother was brilliant but cold before you. Now he's human. Happy. Thank you for giving him that. He saved us first. Literally. Maybe you saved each other. That night, after Daniel's tucked in and the guests have left, Jae-won and Zara stand on the balcony overlooking Atlanta's glittering skyline. I have something for you, he says, handing her a folder. Inside is a foundation charter. The Zara Foundation, dedicated to supporting single mothers in crisis, housing assistance, job training, childcare. Jae-won, you know what it's like. You survived it. Help others survive too. His arms circle her waist. I'm funding it fully. He'll run it. Make sure no mother ever has to choose between rent and food for her child. Zara's vision blurs with tears. This is too much. It's not nearly enough. He turns her to face him. You gave me everything when you had nothing. Let me give back. Let me honor what you survived. She kisses him, tasting salt and gratitude. 5 years after that rainy night, their family has grown roots. Daniel thrives in school, already showing his father's strategic mind and his mother's compassion. Zara runs her foundation, helping hundreds of mothers avoid the desperation she knew. Jae-won has built a legitimate empire while remaining the hands-on father he promised to be. They still argue about his overprotectiveness, about her stubborn independence, about whose turn it is to handle Daniel's increasingly complex homework. But every night, they come together. Every morning, they choose each other again. Do you think about that night often? Zara asks on their 5th anniversary. In Atlanta? Every day. Jae-won pulls her closer. I think about the miracle of finding you again, of getting a second chance. We made our own miracle. No, you did. By being strong enough to survive. To raise him alone. To let me back in. Daniel bursts onto the balcony, chasing a soccer ball, and they break apart laughing. Their life isn't perfect, but it's theirs, built from rain and hunger and desperate hope into something solid and true. A family forged not by easy circumstances, but by fierce choice. And every night, when Jae-won tucks Daniel in, he whispers the same thing. I'll never leave you. Promise. Daniel always whispers back. I know, Daddy. Because some promises, once made, become unbreakable. And some families, once found, become forever.